Hey, so in my garden at home I have just extended a 4-bed no-dig area into 5 beds. I plan on planting it up with garlic. And currently it's very exposed, it's very accessible to the dogs. So what I'm doing this morning is heading off to a local area that's planted up with hazel trees. It looks like it's been coppiced previously. I plan to coppice it once again to acquire a few hard rods through which I can then weave some willow to create a wattle fence to protect my no-dig beds from the dogs and their persistent digging and mess. I'll upload pictures and a full story on my Instagram, so I'll show you when it's all done. Catch you later. Okay, so I've just finished coppicing. That was hard work. I think I've got about 25 rods. They're all about 12 foot long, so 3 meters-ish. Coppicing is incredibly sustainable. You take a hazel tree, you can also do it with willow and a few other types of tree, but my preferred are hazel and willow. You basically cut the tree at the base of the trunk, and instead of killing the tree, this actually encourages the tree to send out new shoots, actually increasing its vigor and its longevity of life too. Unlike commercial tree farming where a tree is grown and cut down, used as firewood or building material, and the tree is lost, you can actually have a hazel or a willow coppice survive for decades and decades and supply you with much more wood than in commercial tree farming. My use for this stuff is primarily for fence building. I've also got a small domestic chipper, so I can potentially make my own wood chip and bedding for the chickens and egrets flying off there in the distance. So if you can see that one, there it goes across the field. I'm trying to keep up with it. It's in there somewhere. Beautiful egret. Okay, so I'm going to drag these hazel rods back to my car, and then when I'm home, we'll look into recording some footage of the fencing being erected. stands right now. I just briefly want to talk to you about sustainability and willow and its role within that. Every time I harvest some willow, from whatever variety of willow it is, I try and take a cutting, and along this back edge here I'm laying some weed control fabric. Hopefully you can see I'm taking rods of a particular length, some around 30 to 40 centimeters, some are almost a meter long. I'm pushing them into the ground at least 6 inches deep, with the hope that with willow's resilience from these top little shoots, these little nodes, fresh growth will appear in the next month or so, in the next couple of months. This will become an area in which I can harvest willow annually. I've got a variety of different cuttings here, lots of different varieties. I'm not that clued up to the point where I can tell you all the Latin names, but there's some red ones and some yellow ones and some brown ones and some grey ones. Yeah, you can see the strip here that I'm creating, working my way all the way down to the point in which my son is unfortunately having to dig a grave. One of our chickens died recently. She was very little, very light. No signs of pests or disease, but she was very, very light, so we think she may have been the runt of the litter, the smallest, so she wasn't quite getting enough food. She was at the bottom of the pecking order. So she is going to be buried here. Her body, the energy in which she harvested throughout her lifetime, will go into the earth and hopefully feed our willow coppice for years to come. Skyler's doing a grand job of digging. He thinks he's going to dig to Australia. I'm not sure if he'll get that deep. I think he's probably deep enough as it is. But you can see the area in which I want to have as a coppice. This whole easterly side of the plot, the far end of the plot.
Daddy, I need to do that now.
Okay, I'll do some excavating. But you can see behind me the market garden and perhaps the polytunnel in a far distance. But I think the next thing I'll show you is the fence finished in the garden, keeping these little mutts off.